Hello everyone, this is the History Spectrum channel. In this video, we will discuss the legends of dragons from around the world. You will also see the surprising relationship between dragons and carp. So please watch to the end. Origins and ancient lore of dragons. Dragons are believed to have different forms and powers around the world, and are deeply rooted in each culture. The natural environment and history of each region have diversified the characteristics and stories of dragons. For example, in China, dragons are a symbol of prosperity and power, while in Europe they are feared. Dragons exist in many forms around the world, and their diversity captures our imagination. The origin of dragons is believed to be the result of ancient man's attempts to explain giant fossils and unknown natural phenomena. This is because the ancients had limited scientific knowledge, and they ascribed to myths and legends what was beyond their comprehension. When giant bones were unearthed, it is possible that they were interpreted as the bones of giant creatures, or dragons. The origin of dragons is rooted in the ancient imagination of mankind, and its wonder at the unknown. In ancient civilizations, dragons were worshipped as symbols of the power of nature, the will of the gods, and royal authority. This is because dragons, with their overwhelming appearance and power, symbolized to people the unknown and supernatural forces of nature. In ancient Egypt, the Apepi, and in China, the dragon was considered a sacred being that protected the nation and symbolized an emperor. Dragons have different meanings in each culture, and have been deeply involved in people's lives and beliefs since ancient times. The dragon as a symbol. In the East, the dragon is a symbol of prosperity, good fortune, and power, and is worshipped as a god of protection and prosperity. This belief is rooted in Eastern philosophy, which emphasizes harmony and continuity with nature. Particularly in China, dragons are believed to bring rain, and are regarded as important gods for agriculture. In the East, dragons are symbols of positive forces that are deeply connected to people's lives. In the West, dragons are often symbols of destruction and evil, and are vanquished by heroes. This is due to the fact that the battle between order and chaos is a central theme in Western culture. The story of Saint George and the Dragon is one clear example of this symbolism. In the West, the dragon serves as a test in the story of the good hero fighting evil. In contemporary culture, the symbolism of dragons in the East and the West has been merged into a new expression. This is because globalization has led to the intermingling of Eastern and Western cultures, with each culture influencing the other. For example, in the field of entertainment, such as movies, animation, and video games, a new image of the dragon has emerged that combines the sacredness of the Eastern dragon with the power of the Western dragon. Thus, the dragon in contemporary culture has been reborn as a new expression of the fusion of Eastern and Western dragon symbolism. Famous dragons and their stories. The story of Saint George and the Dragon is a symbolic battle of good versus evil, a symbol of courage and justice. Popularized in medieval Europe, the story was meant to inspire people with hope and courage. In the story, Saint George slays a fearsome dragon that threatens the town and saves the people. The story of Saint George and the Dragon is still told in many cultures, and is considered a symbol of bravery. The Chinese Dragon King is a powerful being who rules over the oceans and rivers, and is believed to govern the weather and the abundance of water. Water was very important in China, which was an agricultural society, and the Dragon King was considered an important deity in charge of its supply. The Dragon King is believed to have the ability to bring rain, and during the dry season, people hold ceremonies to pray to the Dragon King for rain. The legend of the Dragon King symbolizes the relationship between nature and man in Chinese culture, and continues to influence festivals and stories. Japanese dragon deities are closely associated with the natural world, especially water, and are considered protective and bountiful, because Japan is an island nation, and the oceans and rivers are closely connected to its daily life. The dragon god, who governs water, was considered an important deity. Legend has it that dragon deities bring rain and bountiful harvests, and sometimes cause floods. The Japanese dragon god is a cultural symbol of respect and coexistence with nature, and is prominent in many myths and festivals. The relationship between dragons and humans. Stories of human-dragon symbiosis illustrate the possibility of coexistence through mutual understanding and respect. These stories vary by culture and region, depicting different forms of symbiosis. In East Asian tales, dragons often symbolize fertility and wisdom, and are seen as reconciling and helping people. The story of the symbiosis between humans and dragons illustrates the beautiful possibility of different beings thriving together through understanding and cooperation. The heroes who stand up to the dragon are symbols of courage and strength, representing the triumph of humans over challenges. These stories are told to honor the human capacity and spirit to overcome danger and fear. The story of Saint George and the Dragon and the legend of Beowulf are classic examples of this theme. The confrontation between hero and dragon remains an enduring theme, symbolizing the indomitable spirit of man and his triumph over challenge. The relationship between dragons and humans in modern times has, in the view of some, evolved through reinterpretations of old legends and new creation stories. It is believed that the image of the dragon is constantly being updated and appears in diverse forms due to cultural and technological developments. In fantasy films and video games, dragons may be portrayed as powerful enemies, wise guides, or valuable allies. Modern dragons reflect a blending of cultures and a wide range of creative expression, and are said to inspire new imaginations in people. The unexpected relationship between dragon and koi. Here is a Chinese legend about a carp that climbs the dragon gate and becomes a dragon. The legend, a carp climbs up the dragon's gate and becomes a dragon, is set in the rapids called Longmen, which are said to exist in the Yellow River. According to the legend, many fish attempted to climb this dragon gate, but only the carp managed to climb it, and as a result, the carp turned into a dragon. This story symbolizes overcoming difficulties and achieving success, and is also considered a symbol of success in life. Even today, this tale is cited as an example of the possibility of facing difficulties and overcoming them to become great. This legend is also the origin of the Japanese koinobori, carp streamer, which has come to have the meaning of praying for the growth and health of children. How was it? I hope you enjoyed this video about dragons from around the world. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like this video. History Spectrum.